Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's December 3rd, 2016. This video is a follow-up to the one I put out yesterday on the bogus news story out of Tennessee from this past Tuesday, November 29th. If you missed the news, it was reported that a surviving lone page of the King James Bible was recovered at the site of Dolly Parton's burnt-up ranch, Dollywood. The cleanup crew supposedly found one remaining page. It comes from the book of Joel in the Old Testament. This is supposed to be the page recovered. The most readable verse shown is Joel 1:19. It reads, O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. Think about it. We're talking about a wildfire, a surviving page from the Bible, and the most readable verse is about a wilderness fire. Here's where it gets even better. King James Bible in Gematria sums to 119. This is Joel 1:19. Joel 2:1 begins right here. King James Bible 119, All Seeing Eye 119, Star of David 119, Master Plan 119. What I did not connect from yesterday's video was Dolly Parton's birthday, born January 19th, 119. What are the odds? The date of this news story, Tuesday, November 29th, this page being recovered from Joel. What Dolly Parton was doing the same day was singing on The Voice, the NBC TV show. She was singing the song Jolene, which we'll talk more about in a moment. What I want you to understand, and what I've talked about countless times before, is the mainstream media programs the concept of coincidence. The mainstream media routinely puts out fake news like this with coincidental details. I mean, look at it. What are the odds of a single page of the Bible surviving, and the most readable part is about a wilderness fire? A lot of people would look at that and go, well, that's just the way this world is. Coincidence like that happens all the time. And it's true. If you watch the television, the TV presents stories like this all the time, like, wow, what a coincidence. I think a lot of people on September 11th, 2001, when the buildings came falling down on 911 and there was a national emergency, I think they thought, what a coincidence this is on 911. Meanwhile, the mainstream media that always says, back to your regularly scheduled programming, what a coincidence. That same day, they were telling the people of the world that at these crash sites where these 4 planes landed, they could not recover the planes, they couldn't find the plane parts, they couldn't find the bodies, the luggage, but they recovered paper passports belonging to terrorists, they recovered cloth turbans that the terrorists wore, an Islamic stereotype, and they recovered box cutter knives. This is what coincidence theory programming is. It's making your mind illogical. The media does this for a reason. It's a grand mocking. The Christians are being mocked by these Zionist Jews who run the media. And, these Christians, the mocking is very effective on them. In the video I put out yesterday, there's already multiple replies saying that I'm just not seeing the message from God, and God's the reason this page survived. There's people who think that. The believers still haven't figured out their news is a lie, run by a network of very deceitful people, very dishonest people who lie to us every day. They use the media as a weapon to lie to us, to steer us, to program us. So let's talk more about Dolly Parton. She had just done this ad when the fires broke out with Smokey Bear. Smokey Bear. Dolly Parton. They just did that right at the beginning of the fire. I see something interesting here about Smokey Bear. This could be coincidental. Smokey Bear was created in 1944. Dollywood, where this Bible page was recovered, has Gematria 44. Yesterday I talked about how 44, a number often connecting to destruction, but also being dualistic in nature, having the spiritual side. This is a story of a spiritual text, one remaining significant page being found at Dolly Parton's ranch, Dollywood. Dollywood equals 44, like spiritual, like faith, like karma, like hope. With regards to 44 having to do with destruction, I want to remind the final book of the Bible, Revelation, the book of prophecy and destruction. Notice the gematria here. Tennessee, where this fire happened, equals 106. Like book of Joel, where this remaining page came from about the wilderness fire. Like the word destroy, like the word prophecy. Revelation, the book of prophecy and destruction. The town that burned up, Gatlinburg, has gematria of 666. Revelation 13:18 talks about 666, the number of the beast. Number of the beast equals 66. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Dolly Parton, born on a date with 66 numerology. Notice the word prophecy in Jewish gematria also sums to 666. So anyway, 44, this dualistic number having to do with spirituality, destruction, it really comes together with the book of Revelation. If you missed the video I put out yesterday, I'll link it in the description. I talk about what this fire has to do with the Donald Trump presidential announcement as well and the Trump-Pence ticket. Trumpets are the warning signals in the book of Revelation. We'll look again at that Bible page and how you can see that the word trumpet is clearly at the bottom with the word alarm. But look at this. The day of that Bible story, the Bible page, Tuesday, November 29th, that was the same day Dolly Parton went on The Voice, the NBC show, and sung Jolene. Jolene. Joel equals 42, The Voice 42, Smokey Bear 42. This song, Jolene, that she sung, came out in 1974. That's 42 years ago. 74 to 2016, 42 years. And here, I just want to show you something about 74 in regards to Christianity. We're talking about the Bible, Revelation, the book of prophecy and destruction before the return of Jesus. Jesus sums to 74. Cross sums to 74. Messiah sums to 74. Jesus crucified on the cross at age 33. Out of the 50 states, only the 33rd state, Oregon, sums to 74. 33, 74, really special numbers. Gospel, the first 4 books of the New Testament, the story of Jesus equals 74. The English translation of Jesus is Joshua 74. The Greek spelling is Yeshua 74. The words Masonic, occult, Jewish, they all sum to 74, and they're all very much related to the Bible. You know, some people say Jesus was Jewish. The story is that the Jewish people put Jesus to death. The word occult means essentially hidden knowledge, less used knowledge. The Bible is full of occult knowledge. That's why there's so many numbers in it. It's riddled with numbers. It's riddled with gematria. The words English and gematria both sum to 74. Super important number here. The word holiday is 74. George Washington celebrated the first Thanksgiving as a national holiday. Abraham Lincoln made it an official holiday 74 years later. Holiday, holy day, Christmas. You know, they celebrate Christmas at this bizarre time, even though it's supposed to be a tribute to Jesus. I want to show you something else. Independence Day in the United States, you know, on 7/4. Alphabetic order, gematria, based on English in the alphabetic order. You see the significance of 74? Now let's talk about 42, or hit songs from 74, 42 years ago. She went on The Voice. 42 is the number of the Freemasons. New Testament equals 42. It begins with the 42 generations leading up to Jesus. The first printed Bibles are 42-line Bibles. Freemasons pride themselves on being the invisible architects of society, the keepers of knowledge. Freemason 42, Math 42. Big G represents 42. This is the Freemason compass and square. TV sums to 42. The TV is a mind control programming device. The Bible is a mind control programming device. It's what the Freemasons are all about. This gang has been with the world for a long time. Their mottos are order out of chaos, divide and conquer. Not a good game. Secrets aren't good. Dolly Parton herself is into New Ageism, another 42. She has a book on it, her spirituality. A lot of New Agers out there. Dolly Parton, that date of birth, date with that 66 numerology. In Revelation, the 66th book, the beast rules for 42 months. Notice they say the fire began November 23rd, just off US 441. November 23rd is the day that leaves 38 days left in the year. Fire equals 38. Just put out a video on the Oakland fire today, also very much centered around the number 38. CNN's news story that they put out this morning on the fire was 1:19 long. Familiar numbers, huh? So down below, I will link the how-to gematria video. I'll link out part 1 of this video. I'll also link these blog posts. Please go through and read all of the user comments. I've linked some of them up top. But go through and read all of my blog followers' comments. There's a lot of people that follow my blog. They've applied a lot of knowledge. Turns out there's a deeper riddle with Billy Joel here and his song, We Didn't Start the Fire. From Dolly Parton's birthday, January 19th, to the day the fire started was 309 days. Billy Joel's recorded song, We Didn't Start the Fire, is 309 seconds long, and probably not a coincidence. Probably not a coincidence at all. Again, the recording industry is run by the Freemasons, the Zionist Jews, the same one who control your government, your media, and all this time they've been creating history and planning out events to come by the numbers. If you missed my work on Leonard Cohen's song, First We Take Manhattan, Then We Take Berlin, and him dying just before the day of the election where Donald Trump was in Manhattan and announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. You got to check this stuff out. It's amazing what is going on in this world. We are living out an agenda that was planned before any of us were around, you know? From her birthday to the event was also 44 weeks and 1 day. It started along Route 441, the reflection of 144, that number from Revelation that has to do with time and destruction as well. Revelation's based on the 39 books of the Old Testament. So I'll link these posts. There's a lot of very interesting comments here. These are just some of them. There's even more. My readers went to town on this story. It fascinated them, and they made great research. Again, the more eyes looking at this, the more finds, the more connections. Make sure there wasn't anything else I wanted to tell you real quick. Here's some more 42s for the Freemasons. Freemason 42, they pride themselves on being the invisible architects. Architect 42, knowledge 42, history 42, they're builders, building 42. Building fire in Oakland today by the numbers. Israel, the Zionist Masonic nation, just had that bizarre fire on Thanksgiving Day. I think it started November 23rd as well, the same day this fire started in Tennessee. And this fire in Tennessee ended on November 29th, the anniversary of the date Israel was recognized as a nation by the United Nations, November 29th, 1947, with a 33-member vote. United Nations has that symbol broken into 33 parts, 33, the number of Freemason obsession. Armageddon also has gematria of 82, like Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Look at CNN's story length. A minute 06, 106, prophecy, 66 seconds, revelation. The date the Zionist nation of Israel established, date with 106 numerology, in a year with 66 numerology. These numbers used against us all throughout history, 119. It's why the Berlin Wall fell down on November 9th. It's why the World Trade Centers fell down on September 11th. So yes, I will link yesterday's video. There's more information there. You can catch up on that. But you know, I mean, this knowledge has to get out there. I mean, just think about how sick this is. People setting fires as rituals, tributes, warnings, signs of things to come. You know, right now it's the needless fire and destruction. If we don't stop what's going on, it's going to be the next needless world war and greater destruction. That's what these madmen are really trying to clue us into. You know? I should mention that the word war equals 42, and so does the word world war. World war in Pythagorean gematria, 42. War alone in simple English gematria, 42. These are signs of the war to come. Even in Revelation, it's a war. Until next time, true seekers.